What? What's with the background here? Okay, there we go. Welcome back to Let's Play Katawa Shoujo. Man, my voice sounded weird there. It sounded like, I don't know, just like, you know, like so many people on YouTube that have that kind of energetic, fast-talking way of voice and all that. So, like, that. But anyways, this is the second time recording here. Because, well, I was like, you know, going back and forth, and it kept landing on Lilly, and I was getting annoyed by it, so I was like, hey, it's gotta be, like, Shizune. Shizune's right next, right? Second time it landed on Lilly, I was like, okay, fine. Then I began recording, I was like, no, I would flip a coin. And then I was like, yes, Shizune's route instead. Because I want Lily's route to be the, you know, final route for this LP, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel genuine the way I went about it. So we'll do this again, this way. Oh man, it becomes all the more difficult when it's just two of them, isn't it? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Of course it'd be Lilly. 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Of course, it's like, whenever I close my eyes and do that, it always lands on Lilly. I mean, it just landed on Shizune there, but it's always Lilly when I stop. Every time. I mean, it's not clearly every time, but it always tends to be. You know what, I'm going to do the same as I did last time, despite what I just said about the whole reason I'm re-recording this, because just like, you know, because of, I wanted it so that it'd be Lily's route for the final one instead, and I just like, was like, you know what, just flip a coin and I'm going to do that again. The same scenario, heads for Shizune, tails for, Lilly. The coin cannot be as biased as this photo viewer clearly is. Okay, so it's heads. So Shizune's route. I just went over the same freaking thing again, man. Oh man, it's just like, because I was thinking, I was partway into the recording, I was like, but you know, it feels fitting at the same time to go Lily's route next, because now, you know, seeing Hanako's route again and Lilly and all that in her route, it just makes me more and more curious to see what her route is like, because I've heard good things about it. And like, as for Shizune's route, it's kind of like the reaction is more of a kind of, yeah, it was alright, I guess, or something like that. Not quite as like held up in such high esteem as Lily's route is. So it's like, I gotta save that for last, but at the same time, it's like, it feels fitting if it went like that, because then it was like Emi, Rin, Hanako, and then Lilly. And then Shizune, because, you know, the friendship between the characters and all that, but we go with Shizune's route, I guess. Man, it's such, this is like choosing your starter Pokemon right here, man. But anyways, I'll load up the visual novel once again. Alright then. So, you know, I actually played my guitar along to this in the original recording with, you know, the amp and effects pedal, but I just could not get the right sound. Wait, that looks, let me adjust that. Slide to the side, there we go. So let's begin. Shizune's route. The route will take a while to get to, because there's a lot of Shizune and Misha shenanigans we gotta go over again. Skip mode, maybe go over this another time in Lily's route, if I can be bothered, because it's quite a long ass scene. And it's pretty much an introduction, really. So, like so, this is sort of about how, I don't know how it goes, honestly. I don't think I've even watched that, but whatever. I haven't watched most things, really, that most people have watched, really, isn't it? Yeah, of course I'll do that, but I'll be like, why next time? Because we didn't all the other times. Good morning, everyone. Now I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around. Partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. So, Miki, Hanako, And everyone else, who the hell are you? Seriously, Miki's role in Hanukkah's route seemed kind of random, didn't it? I wonder if she appears in any other routes. Because we've only got Shizune's and Lilly's routes to go with. And apparently she does actually have her own route, but it's only written. It didn't meet the final cut, I guess, I suppose. It's pretty spacious, the ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of spaces left over around and in between the desks. The entire wall taken up by blackboards, and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. Students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books, and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. I stopped walking in front of the classroom and faced the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? You know, honestly, I feel kind of burnt out on this LP at this point. Especially now that we're starting the whole freaking process again of going for another route. I mean, sure, we're skipping a lot of things, but there's not much we can really skip. Well, we could skip it, but... You know, it's going to be a lot more focused on Shizune and Misha because they steal most of the common route kind of attention, don't they? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite... Wait, the thumb of her right hand? Is that the only thing she was missing is the thumb? Well, I've got some finger on my left hand, I've gone over that a number of times, but it's the pinky on that. If it was the thumb, then that'd be even worse. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out to hear a teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible. There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. The little girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rim of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute, so is the cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please, welcome our newest classmates. Wait. I have noticed this for the first time ever, but she's got the blush kind of sticker thing going on there. I never noticed that. How the hell did I never notice that? He claps his hands, and so does everyone else, except one girl in the front row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for the support I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So I'm Masao Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. And after that, I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. I should say something more exciting. I end up saying nothing and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied even with what little I said. The fair girls are whispering to each other for a glance at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. First row girl claps on this round, with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged thumb. Makes me feel a little bad. And you know the other annoying thing about starting a route is that we gotta go through Sao's old habit of, how he was in the beginning of all this, where he's like, just kind of looks at everyone like they're kind of weird just because they have a disability. I'm just gonna bug the shit out of me until he's like, oh, you know what? We're not so different after all, you know? We're gonna be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you? Yeah, it's fine with me. That's good. You can work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain everything you might want to know. Who else would be able to do that better, right? The way I read that didn't sound right at all. How could I know? The teacher passes out today's assignments and announces that we will be working in groups of 3. It's me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow, the teacher seems to catch my helpless expression. Oh, right, Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Pinch, pinch, pinch the cheeks that look like a strawberry. You know, that's a thing. One of the in the Japanese I learnt was like various body parts. Apparently, cheek is ho-ho. Something like that. That honestly sounds like something you'd expect, like an anime character of some sort, just like poking or pinching someone's cheek. They'd just be like, ho-ho. Just like, yes, that is ho-ho. That is what the cheek is called in Japanese. I think, actually, let me see here. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. No, actually, it's the other ones. Or is it? I don't know. Should be somewhere. What? No, don't fall over. Here it is. Man, stop blowing all this paperwork. Yeah, cheek is ho-ho. You know, while we're at it, let's go over anatomy in Japanese. And we will do this and have Misha as the example. Okay, face right here, Akuma. Arm, Ude. I forget the pronunciation, honestly. Hand is just te, and eye is me. It's just like. I mean, that sounds like it really does. It sounds like he's just going meh. It's like literally pronounced that way. It's like meh. That is my eye. And you know the odd thing here is, leg and foot are exactly the same. It's ashy, which makes no sense to me. It just be like, I hurt my ashy or something like that. Say like that. It's like, what do you mean? Your leg or your foot is hurt? Hair is Kaminoko. Oh wait, we're using this as an example. This is also a drill, but Kaminoko nonetheless because it's hair. Nose, you have very little nose, but you're an anime character, so of course, is Hana. Lip is Kuchi, which kind of like feels like, what if someone was tickling someone, would you be like, Kuchi Kuchi Koo? And it seemed like you just, I don't know, I'm just, well, we can't see her ears, but here is Mimi. Thumb is Oyubi, and neck is Kubi, elbow around there would be where is it? Hiji. Ankle, we can't see your ankle, but whatever. Ashikubi. Wrist is Tekubi, and finger is Yubi. Knee, we can't see your knee, but that is Hiza, and ankle is Ashikubi. I think I went over that one already, and there was probably another sheet somewhere, but I can't be asked. So there. Did I read that? Yeah, I read that. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi Chi-chan. Jiggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. Looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only badly. She has short yet carefully and neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of the dinky nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. And a lot of chirping. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you?" I can see you're a little confused, right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Whatever. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You know what? That'd be an offensive joke at this point. It's like, is the reason Shizune is deaf is because you're so loud? You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? He seems like a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon, Shi-chan, right? Shi-chan? Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say it out loud? Surprise, I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits, you look just like I imagined. Yeah, you look just like a Hi-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word of it, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just came straight to class today. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school, either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan. And about where you're going, I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly, but anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signed something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seemed like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling. That shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Ask for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Alright. And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe that is too casual. Maybe she's a... Just like I was about to say it again. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. Yeah, okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, just you wait, man. Just you wait. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Oh, right, we haven't even touched the assignment yet. We should start work now, or else Shi-chan will get mad. Assignment is also kind of long, so we shouldn't start. So we should start now, if we want to finish it before the end of class. That too! Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finish it within about a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are really capable. I'm just gonna freaking lie down. There we go. We're quite different though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention, a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. But knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I met Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern in contrast to the classic exterior. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. Yo, I still got a Hanako's route on my mind, because I literally started this recording right after, completing that route. And it just feels really weird after all that, doesn't it? There's a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until I realized that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. Oh nice, it's almost feels like I'm back at hospital. Eating portions measured with scientific precision to meet the needs of the patients. I picked something at random and followed Shizune into a table sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand science, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite. You want to know something? What? About anything. Where are your guys? Or you should ask if there's something. I wonder. We're going to ask about your deafness, Shizune. We've asked about all of these options. And as I said at the end of Hanako's route and a few times in this LP in general, the first choice I took was asking about the library, I'd imagine. And that's probably how we got on to, well, even without that, it's just like, still could get to Hanako's route, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what I asked. I don't know. Maybe. I think. I don't know. Shizune intrigues me, and I kind of want to ask something about her. But I can't really ask about something that personal, can I? I can't come up with anything else to ask, so I just focus on my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Shizune sign back and forth very animatedly, throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice the conversation in sign is not enough to fill the silence. We arrive at the classroom early, but we're not the first. A dark-haired girl I mentioned before slipped off on her desk at the last row. Why am I speaking like that? She jumps a little when Misha crashed into the room with the elegance of a rhino. It really does. It feels really weird after Hanako's round. You've seen Hanako just kind of going back into the background and the sound not having a clue about her at all. It's weird, man. Really weird. She shrinks deeper into her seat, so I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. You know, I wonder what her role in Lily's route will be like. Because I imagine she must play some importance in that route as well. Misha and Shizune either didn't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with all students, and finally the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange. It's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of the class, I saw yawning. That's the thing that is then, isn't it? And counting the minutes left. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Maybe it's the long time spent in hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. I feel like that. That is how I've been feeling the past freaking week or so. I'm just like both physically and mentally, just like, Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Beside me, Misha and Shizune are having a short conversation after a bit of God damn it, man, full stops. After a bit of deliberation, whatever, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there's a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way around here, I'm sure of it. Oh, wait, the teacher said I'd have to see a nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We can at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We join the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside. The girls point out all senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the small building right next to the school. I sound like a freaking sports radio announcer or some shit. This It's built in the same style, so it looks like it's actually a part of the main building.
This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamaku Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. They even have a swimming pool.
How is that official?
Don't be silly, Chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head nurse office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow.
Well, just thinking back to, I mean, sure, we just cleared Haneka's route and all that, but it's forward. Well, she like apparently had a therapist, right? But we didn't really get any information on that, did we? Kind of like, I mean, that probably goes to show how little Sao still knows her, really. Still has a lot to know, you know, and a lot to know, you know what. But yeah, he's like, each route, he may have got to know them, but he didn't get to know them to like a great extent. It kind of like, the route kind of like ends with him still not knowing a ridiculous amount about the other person. Yeah, thanks, bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education. I guess it's necessary for a place like this.
Skippity-doo, skippity, skippity, skip, 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 skip. It's Gin. Taking up a different occupation, a different personality. He doesn't even have a name, he's just called a nurse. I mean, what's up with that? I mean, really. I mean, Muto got a name. And, I freaking forgot his name now. The art teacher had a name as well. The nurse does not get a name. Skip, skip. Skip, 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 skip.
Oh, the hell, you! Get out of there! Oh, it's just you, man. You come back again. No route. How did I do my voice again? I don't remember. It probably won't sound anything like this because I'm going to be skipping through and speeding up and all.
I could have just freaking, you know, put in skip mode. This is your room now! I must have skipped the transition thing as well. I'm just like spamming the spacebar here.
Okay, all for a class, the question remains on my mind. So I decided to ask Shizune about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. That face. She crosses her arms and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down, so that the top is perfect and evenly flat.
Sorry, Shishan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Hichan.
My first thought is that this means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, please don't prove me right. We don't even know the context because we're skipping. Well, if you'd paid attention, I suppose, could have seen it. I think he's asking about the library, though.
Oh, that's right. Everyone's encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can even help out too.
Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes.
I don't know, Hichan. The truth is, it's a local event, and I'm not from this area, so...
She starts signing desperately to Shizune, asking her to bail her out. Shizune adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy, like a conductor, I imagine.
Okay. Who cares?
Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizune's words out at me with a disoriented amount of pride. Too loud, I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Not so loud.
Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind the festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. Ha 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 ha!
Teacher clears his throat very loudly.
batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm like a baton. He shoots a pointed gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stumbles a yelp and quickly quiets down. She's like, oh, fuck, it's not like it was back in the day when they actually were, hit the students. I mean, that was, I never experienced that, because, I was born once that was, on its way out, or already out. I can't even remember. I was born in, 91, so... my parents obviously had gone through, that kind of type of thing, with, that's a weird thought, really, nowadays, isn't it? With all the strictness nowadays compared to the strictness of the past, it's very different, isn't it? In the past, it's they could, hit the student with a ruler or whatever the hell they want if they're misbehaving, smack them across the head. Nowadays, if they did that, they'd get fired and would be, demonized in the media, all kinds of things. Heck, even for so much as, tapping someone on the shoulder to just be hey, don't do that, or something like that. It's oh, that's offensive. How? It's I'm just trying to get your attention. Offensive! We're in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Chi-chan. What? That's right, Hi-chan. Are you asking because you're interested in joining the club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind with the dark forces in my peripheral vision catching my attention. At the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. Why am I speaking like this? It doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who is also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Seriously, it really bugs me, man. We just went through her route, and now it's he doesn't even know her because we're starting an entirely different route all the way from the beginning. Why doesn't he say anything? Ichan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me looking after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch day, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Okay, Ichan, perfect. The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. We'll have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone. The teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it at all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is, Hichan. Impossible. Really? Really. I've noticed this before, but it's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands, and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm just looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really. Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. It's not a contest, because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizune's eyes flashes dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest to her. I haven't noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring gaze. Are you sure, Hichan? Very sure. You're wrong, Hichan, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Shizune Shizune pushes her glasses up the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way, or probably because they were falling off the bridge of her nose, because that happens when you wear glasses. I don't Kimbo, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I'd almost forgotten that I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? Where, oh where will they eat? Actually, I forget. Maybe they do go to Shanghai. I can't even remember. But since I recorded Hanako's the last two parts of Hanako's route right before this, I'm just gonna call it a part here, call it a day on the recording, because you know, it's just kind of like burnt out a bit. There's so much, man. I mean, it's just like, how long is this LP's been going on, like, I don't know, over 80 parts now, I think. I mean, that's not really nearly as long as some of the other routes. No, actually, yeah, some visual, well, Dark Capo 2 went on for a long time, didn't it? But Shuffle was surprisingly short, but whatever. I'll see you next time, viewers. See you next time.